Hello, everyone. It is Tuesday, the 26th of August, 2025, and that means it's Technique Tuesday. Welcome, everyone. I like to spend an hour or so with you on a Tuesday to show you something that might be new to you. If it's not new to you, then maybe it's something that we could reimagine and do a little bit differently. Sometimes seeing old techniques done with new products is just as much fun, right? So I've been doing this now for a couple of years, and I've actually kept record of every single live that I've done, so I know if I'm repeating. I have done very little repeating so far. We've done a couple of things twice with new products, like masking and embossing, things like that. But what we're doing today is something we haven't done before, so that's a bit of fun. How is everyone? Just quickly looking at the comments. I won't say hello to everyone individually. Lorraine, you were here early today. Nice to have you. And Kerry was here early, and Margaret, you're always early. Hello, Sheila. How are you? And I'm going to have to stop before I say hello to everybody, and then we spend the next half hour doing that. We're not going to do that today. But hello and welcome. Susan, I did see you say that it's cold in Melbourne. It is beautiful here today. It's 23 degrees right now. That's Celsius I'm talking. 23 degrees, brilliant sunshine, not a cloud in the sky that I can see from here. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Feels like spring. And I even, didn't have to put the woolies on today. I'm in a lighter jacket, so very, very happy about that. You're still in Sydney, Jennifer. There you go. All right. So what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to switch over to the desk pretty quickly, and I'm actually going to do a technique that I saw just recently by another demonstrator who's in the US. So let me click over to the desk, and we're going to be doing multi-strip stamping today. So I saw this technique. Let me show you the card. We're not going to make this exact card, but this is an example of the type of card. Okay. So what I mean by multi-strip stamping, you can see I've got all these different colored strips and we've stamped on it. And some of them are up high and dimensionals and some of them are flat. But I'm going to show you how I did this. And I learned from Wendy. Wendy Lee is a demonstrator in the US, and she's been around for, I believe, quite a long time, but she does fantastic technique videos. And some of you may have seen her videos pop up in your feed. So go check her out. She not only has an active YouTube channel, but she does shorts on Facebook and all that kind of stuff as well. So she's got she's very, very clear. She's a good teacher. And I love watching people who are good teachers, right? 11 degrees in Christchurch. That's no good, Sheila. Too cold. Oh, it's windy in Melbourne, is it? There we go. Yeah, we're having our turn at spring weather right now. So I'm very happy about that because I'm waiting for my freesias to come out in the front garden. I have noticed there's some other people have freesias in their garden, but our garden is so overgrown at the moment. I think maybe our freesias are having a hard time getting out of there. So I haven't seen them yet, but I'm keeping an eye out because we have yellow, pink and purple ones, and they look fantastic when they come out. That's her, Kerry. That's right. She has reels that say, "Want to know a secret?" Shh. So that's her, and you'll know who. Some of you may have seen her reels pop up on your feed. So yeah, so this is actually something she did a few weeks back, I think last month, and I've been looking at it ever since and thinking, oh, I'd love to do that because that's a great technique. So let me show you my take on it. This card, the one she did, it works best when you've got your strips and you're going through. I think it looks best if you have like a long, tall stamp to put on it. And when she did it, I noticed she used Scenic Adventure, which you guys know is one of my favorites, and she used the pine trees because they're long and tall, right? And they look fantastic across the strips. So we're going to revisit that. And also we're going to be using the, here you go. I've got a brand new one. I decided to open up a new one today. I've got a brand new silicone craft sheet. Remember we used these last week? If you haven't seen last week's video, we did lots of different ways to use a silicone craft sheet, right? And look how nice and new it is. Oh, it's so pretty. I love, they don't stay like this, do they? So yeah, we used silicone craft sheets last week. So I'm going to show you a different way to use it today to produce this effect. And so if you didn't decide you needed a silicone craft sheet after last week's video, maybe you'll think you need one after this week's video. So there we go. I'm all about these things. I think the silicone craft sheet is a must-have in your crafty stash. Oh, you're cool. It's cooling off over in Kansas. Oh goodness. Oh, that's okay. Oh, good. You got some happy mail. I know it. You got it in your mailbox. Actually, you should have a couple of things coming. So the craft along and the new mini. That's right. You got both. Did they both turn up on the same day? I sent them on different days. I sent the catalogs last Thursday, and then I sent the so the mini catalogs and the online exclusive stuff went out last Thursday. Craft along for long distance people, and that includes you, Leslie. In Broken Hill, you get to count that as long distance. And I sent that on Friday. So, but probably they caught up with each other over the weekend. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so I have my craft sheet. Now, before I do anything, I did pull out 2 pieces of paper so I wouldn't forget to tell you that our in-colour sale, this is the last week, guys. So if you have in-colours that you're after, here in Australia right now, we have 2 in-colour cardstocks that have gone out of stock because of the sale. One is Cloud Cover and the other is Secret Sea, 2 of my favourite colours, right? Those 2 are currently not available now until the week beginning 1st of September. So that means you won't be able to get those in the sale, but you can still get the assorted pack, which has got Cloud Cover and Secret Sea in it, as well as the other colors. You can still get all the markers. You can still get the DSP. You can get all the different things. So it's just those 2 cardstock packs are out of stock, but they will be back in next week. So it just means they won't be on again at sale price unless they come in early. But it's what's today, Tuesday. So maybe we'll be lucky and they might come in before the end of the week. So if you want them, keep checking if you want them at sale price. Otherwise, they'll be back in at normal price next week. Okay, and the other thing I wanted to tell you about is my promotion that I'm doing at the moment. So some of you would have heard, I have my 19th stamp anniversary with Stampin' Up coming up on the 7th of September. And so for 19 days, starting last week, for 19 days, I'm doing a special. And my special is if you spend $60, you get the Craft Along supply pack, which is what Leslie was just talking about a moment ago. And then as well as that, if you spend $125 or more, you get a free pack of embellishments from me. Now, I bought the packs of embellishments. I've got them handy and ready to send out. So you'll get those as soon as you place a $125 order or more. I will send that out to you. Now, I did say 1 per person, but I'm thinking I probably should have said 1 per person per month. So you could have 1 in September and 1 in August if you wanted. So, that's something you can do. So we've got 19 days and you get the presents. Okay. So this is to celebrate my 19 years with Stampin' Up. So there you go. You got happy mail today, Judy. Fantastic. Congratulations. You were 10 years a demonstrator on July 31st. I don't get anything special apart from feeling good about it. I don't get anything special for 19 years, but for 20 years I do. So that'll be fun next year. I'll get a pin and a little product bonus, which will be nice. So there we go. Hello, Denise. Nice to have you with us. Okay, so let's get started on our project today. So this one you can see. I think what makes this has this technique has a lot of energy. So the resulting card has a lot of energy about it. And I think it's created by the fact that the strips are different lengths and they're up and down. They've got movement to them. So I think it's a really cool technique. The other thing is some are up on dimensionals and some are flat, as I mentioned before. But I'm going to show you how we did it. And I thought because the in-color sale is on at the moment, I thought that I would use some of my DSP from my in-colors. So hang on, have I got a pack here? I do have a pack here. So this is a new pack of 25 to 27 in-color. This is on sale right now. So, and I love these. There's 4 designs in them. And they come in 6x6 paper, as you can see. And we've got stripes. And we have like splatter. I like the Secret Sea splatter. Look at that. And then on the other side, we have flowers and leaves. Okay. And we have them in those beautiful in colors. Now, I think in colors every year, the test of whether or not I love a packet of, oh, thank you, Judy. Appreciate that. I think that the test of a good set of ink colors is that they all go together really well. Okay. Now, some years I have been less enthusiastic about ink colors than others, but the one thing I am, I think the people who choose the colors do such a great job, because if any three colors can be put together and they all look good, then to me it's a win. And it's the same. Like last year, we had all those very pretty colors: Summer Splash, Shy Shamrock, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, and Peach Pie. Those colors, they all go great together. No matter which of the colors you put, they all look fantastic. This year's, it took me a moment longer to warm up. But the ones I loved immediately were Secret Sea, which is this, and Cloud Cover, which is this. Okay, those two. And I think everyone else feels the same way, and that's why those two colors are out of stock in our cardstock range at the moment. Okay. Then we have Strawberry Slush, which is an old color come back. We've had this one once before, but obviously they believed it would go really well with this group of colors. Timid Tiger, which is a soft orange. Okay. Really lovely color. You think they were the best in colors? A lot of people think that, Donna, and I think it's because they all go so well together, and they're all very pretty colors. But I love that this year's colors to me are they aren't as harmonious as last year's colors. And I like the fact that they're slightly quirky, if that makes sense. I don't mind the odd quirky color. Now the daffodil, this is Darling Duckling. It's similar to daffodil, but not exactly. It's got a little bit more of a green tint to it. So that's the colors that we're currently working with. And I thought it'd be fun to use these for this technique. And I just got them out and chopped them up beforehand. Now, how did I chop them? Because you can see these are all different widths and lengths. Okay, so what I did was I cut some at around the 2 centimeter mark, or 3/4 of an inch, and I cut some at around the 2.5 centimeter mark width I'm talking about now, which is about an inch. Okay, I did a couple wider, a couple of smaller. Okay, and then I'm going to lie them out here, and I'm going to work out which ones I need. Now I made them all the same width, the same length. And the reason I made them all the same length is because I know that the piece of paper that I'm going to be putting these on, I decided to go with a cloud cover piece. Okay. The piece of paper that they're all going to go on here, all right, is 9.5 centimeters wide. So I need them a little bit less. So you can see on this one here, so this Fresh Freesia piece in the middle is almost as wide as my white piece underneath, but not quite. Okay, slightly less. So this is 9.5. So I made these all 9. So what I'm going to do, I'm starting out with them all the same length, but I'm going to chop some shorter. Okay, so I'm going to decide which ones I want to have wide and which ones I want to have less. So let's pull in some different colors, and you'll see on here I've got 7 pieces across. Now, when I originally did it, I had 6, and then I decided to throw an extra one on the end because it just, to me, looked a little bit more pleasing to the eye. It was the same distance from each end. Okay, you can do that too. You can always add in a piece later if you want to. But which one am I missing? I'm missing orange, missing the orange. All right, so let's start with that. You can see my duckling is a little bit thinner than the others, but they're all the same length. Okay, and let me see. If I wanted to, I could make them. So I'm going to put them all on my trimmer. Well, I'm not going to put them all on my trimmer. I'm going to have some of them a little bit. I'm going to keep this one long, and I'm going to have 2. I'm going to cut about 1 centimeter off. And then the other 2, I'm going to cut about 1.5 centimeters off. So they're all a little bit different, or most of them. Some of them are the same and some of them are different. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually work out, do I want to cut any off that? Maybe I do. We'll see whether I want to cut some of that off. And I'm just laying them out to see how far across they go. All right. All right, I feel like that's a little bit too far from the edge. So I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to add another one here. All right, can you see it? It doesn't really matter. There's no right or wrong to how high or how low they go. But let me pick another color out. I'm thinking maybe I'm actually going to have that one wider, and I'm going to cut this one down as well. So take about 1 centimeter off that. So I'm just trying to get them so that they're going to fit right on here. So there is no, I mean, I could give you exact measurements, and I think Wendy she did give some exact measurements on hers, but I kind of just wanted to have it, work it out as I go. All right, I think this strawberry slush might be nice on the end, and I feel like it's a little bit wide, so I'm just going to take it down a little bit. We haven't started using our mat yet, but I'll show you why we're using our mat in a minute. Is that going to be, that's still a little bit too, oh no, you know what, that's okay. That's pretty good actually. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Aren't the colors pretty together when you put them in like this? I just think they look really beautiful. You saw a lot of women's clothing in the new in colors. You know what? Every time they bring out new colors, I see other stuff in clothing stores, furniture stores, home decor, all that kind of stuff I see in the colors. And this year there was some, a couple of really cool things that I saw that were in the new colors. All right, let me see. All right, I'm just going to pop these on here. You don't have to have the biggest one in the middle. I just happen to do that. But you can have them wherever you like. All right, so I'm kind of liking that. All right, and but I'm probably going to move them up and back a little bit more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to bring in my seal. Now for little strips like this, seal works fantastic. Okay, and what we're going to do, we're going to put some seal on the back, and I'm going to put that down. I'm doing it so it is parallel to the edge of my mat here. All right, so then I'm going to bring this one in. Now, what's nice about seal doesn't stick, or any adhesive you use does not stick. Oh, here we go. I've got a new, I need to make sure that I've got this set up properly because I've got a new, now here's something that happens with seal. You need to roll it on sometimes. And the reason why is because it gets gummed up here so whenever you change your seal roll, you should make sure there's no gum or glue stuck around the edges here because it makes it stick. Right, so I'm just going to, which way do I want to go? I think I want to go that way. So I've got one up, one down. And give me a second, you guys. I'm just going to, it doesn't want to stick very well, does it? All right. So it is sticking, it's not really sticking to this because it lifts straight off, but it helps me hold it in place while I work out where I want to do my stamping. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm looking for, so even if you do get any seal or glue on your piece, like if I just say, for example, I run it off the edge here, there's nothing there. It just doesn't stick to it. It's so cool. Such a useful thing. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, that's not too bad. That's pretty good. Okay, I can readjust them if I want to later, but the whole point now is I have a base I can stamp on because I want to stamp on these. So like I said to you, I think it works best with long, tall. So this is the one I use, this one here from the Sunshine Vibes set is the one I used for this. Okay, for this one I was thinking either Spotlight on Nature do these leaves, or the Gallery Blooms do these little flowers. Maybe the flowers look really good. What do you guys think? Do you think the flowers or the leaves? Oh, sending hugs, Krista. You're not the only one here who does that. We have a couple of people who know exactly how that feels, and we have them regularly with us as well. So I'm sorry to hear that you're going through that. The flowers, says Kerry. The leaves, says Leslie. Kerry, you're first, so I'm going to go flowers. So, like I said, I think a tall or thin, and I could use either these little ones that look like lavender. Those would look okay, but I'm thinking I might use these ones. And you just want it to be a little less high or about the same length or slightly less than the actual strips. Okay, so this is going to go off the edge. So down below here is going to be, so if I go across, yeah, and I'll probably get about 4 across like I did with this one. That one I got 4 across, and I'm going to put this on a block. And I'm going to pick a dark color. Now, the obvious dark color for me here is Secret Sea because we've got that in our piece and we want it to be darker than this so that the stamp will show up. So because I'm using DSP, it gives it a little bit of a different effect, but it's the same technique. So let me pull this a little bit closer to me. And we're going to start right here at the side. And you can see I'm just going straight on here. And the good thing is too, this is water-based ink. It will wipe straight off our mat. So you don't have to worry that the mat. And the other thing you could do is if you wanted only 3, you could just do 1, 2, and 3, like do 1 right in the center. But I'm actually going to try and get 4 going across. But yeah, I can't imagine not using a silicone mat for this. And this one might go off the edge. It is going to go off the edge, but I'm not worried about that. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you can watch with us. All right, so now we've got this. Okay, we've done our stamping. We've got them all, like they're all butted up against each other. So we've got one piece that goes right across. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab that piece of cloud cover that I had before, and I'm going to put it here. And I'm now going to, because our glue doesn't stick to this, we can just peel them up. If you tried sticking this to a piece of paper, or even to your glass mat, then they could get ripped. Okay, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to start with my middle one, and I want to have them because I know that's the tallest one. So I'm going to put that right there in the middle. Close enough. And you can add, you know, there is still a bit of glue here from before, but you can add more glue at this point if you want to. So let's just pop that right there. And we know it's slightly less wide than our piece. So, right. So then the ones next to that, I'm going to pop these up on dimensionals. All right. So I'm going to put, so I'm going to alternate. So I go up, down, and let me find a pack of dimensionals. I've got lots and lots of minis, but where are all my maxi dimensionals? Here's some. Well, that's not very many, is it? I might need to get another pack out. So I'm going to go 1 here and 1 here. And you want them to be slightly overlapping, so you definitely don't, and we're wanting to make sure that our picture, our design, is continuing from one to the next. All right, so we've got my flower continuing from this one to this one. All right, this one I've already got glue on the back of this, and I'm making sure that this is under here. Oh, I didn't quite line that up properly, but you know what? It's okay. It's not going to, we won't be able to sell that. I can see slightly up here. It's out of whack, but that's okay. I'm not unhappy about it. And now this one, I pick that up and I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back, and I'm going to grab another pack. Give me one moment while I do that. Goodness me, I go through, no, this is another one that's, I've got one left on here. I've also got when you do run out of these, you've always got your edge bits, and you can use those. They're just as sticky as well. So we've got them. So it's a little bit of fiddling around, but it's not a difficult technique. All right, let's see. Where does that go? That one goes right there. And then the next one, still got glue on it. I don't even need to add any more glue. This one is going to go right here next to that, butted right up there. So this is actually slightly over the top of it. And then the last one, this one will be on dimensionals because this is an uppity one. So down, up, down, up, down, up. And because I'm lazy and can't be bothered finding my other dimensionals at the moment, I'm just going to use a big old edge piece behind this. There we go. Take the back off. Who does that? Uses the edge pieces like that. I know I should chop them all up and, make it last forever, but sometimes I don't do that. All right. So this is how it's looking. All right. Now I've gone a little bit close to this edge, to be honest. Didn't I? Bit too close. I'm wondering if I should have. You know what? It doesn't matter. Oh, it does matter. It does matter. All right. So this is part of this technique, is that you might have to fiddle around to get it a little bit right. Okay. And because I put that all over the back of it, it's a bit hard for me to actually trim it, but I'm going to try anyway. And I'm going to get these out of the way, and I'm just going to. I'm just going to put that on there. This is just going to be a little tiny strip now, because I just didn't want to have. I didn't want. Is that right? No, that's going to go here. There we go. There we go. I'm okay with that. It's better. All right, so now I'm going to put the whole thing together. So it's actually very easy to do. And then we'll do another one. And you guys are going to, I haven't actually prepared another one. We're going to talk a little bit of color for a second. I've got my color wheel here, and we're going to get that out and have a play with it. And we're going to talk about what colors we would like to use. And you guys can help me choose. Oh, I got a bit of, because I have still got ink sitting on here. So what I need to do, I need to grab either paper towel or some wet wipes or something like that, and just wipe off my mat. Or if you don't have those in arm's reach, which I don't right now, I'm wearing black jeans. And guess what I just did? I just wiped it off on my black jeans, because no one will ever know, except you guys. Shh, don't tell anybody. All right. All right. So this is kind of what I've got here now. It's kind of pretty. Do we like this? Everyone's saying hello to each other. That's nice. All right. So I've got, let's put this across here. Right. And it's going to look quite pretty. And I'm going to use my Secret Sea ink again, and I'm going to grab my Thankful Garden set, because it's got a nice skinny greeting, this You Make a Difference, which is the same one I used here. I really, really like this greeting. I think You Make a Difference is such a nice thing to say to someone. It's lovely. Because I know some people, I can think of a couple of people in my life that really do make a difference, right? I did want to mention something, and I, at the risk of things being a little bit sad, and I don't want us to all be sad, but some of you might remember Deb Wayland, who has been watching videos with me for years, and she's been very unwell for a long time, and unfortunately she passed away on the weekend. So she used to always be in our comments once upon a time, but she probably hasn't really been active in the group for about a year now. So just in case anyone wondered where she got to, I just thought I would mention that and tell you I'm very sorry about that. It's a fun technique, isn't it? It's something simple, but oh, look, pulled out my minis. Last one, apart from the edges. Isn't this always the way? Thankfully, I have more packs of minis. So, and also these little skinny edges are really, really great. The skinnier edge is great behind a long, thin greeting like this. So let's whack that on. So this is another way to use your mat, your silicone craft sheet. And I think it's really cool. And let's get that on here. Yeah, thank you so much. You know what? It makes me realize something very important. And I don't realize sometimes. I just do what I do because I love doing this and I love spending time with all of you. And when you have someone who you realize all of a sudden how much these videos and this community mean to people, you just, I know it makes me realize why I do what I do. You know, it's not about the business side of things all the time. It's also about this compassionate side of things. Our boss, CEO Sarah Gardner, who runs Stampin' Up over in the US, her personal mission is to eradicate loneliness. And I know from having talked to a lot of people, like Deborah was very isolated by her illness, and you know, loneliness is a real thing. And so these videos can really help us with that. Thank you so much, Judy. Yeah, thank you, everyone. I know it's really, really, it would be nice stamped with the prairie grass. I don't have the prairie grass, but there's a nice, long, tall, thin stamp that would look fantastic with this technique, right? Isn't it a fun thing? I did get a bit of a mark on it here, which I kind of messed it up a bit. Whoops, but I still showed you the technique. So that's the most important thing. So yeah, I had a beautiful, beautiful message from her daughter to say, you know, how much these videos meant to her, and to thank me and everyone in this community for their kindness. And I just think that's a lovely thing. So so just wanted to let you know we do make a difference. There it is. We do make a difference doing all of these things, and it's not just about making cards and pretty things. It's about a whole bunch of other things as well. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so glad. It is a wonderful crafting community. I know. Oh, Leslie, yeah, and we're with you, right? It's everyone has their own battles and everyone has their own things going on, and but we all have to get through this life together, and we do it much better if we have a community to do it with. So, you know, if you guys are sitting at home, if you're feeling lonely, please comment, please share your stuff with other people here, and you know, we can all help each other, and I think it's a really important thing to do. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Lani. Goodness me, it's yeah, I'm so sorry. But we will keep on making these videos, and I will keep showing up for you as often and as long as I can, because I feel that it's something important, and it does help and contribute to people's lives. Oh, that's good to hear, Tanya. Thank you. Yep, and we don't know what other people are going through. Exactly right. That's so true. All right, I'm putting this card together, even though I'm not 100% happy with it, because I did get a big blob over here, which is very naughty. And my pieces are not even, but it doesn't matter anyway. But it's still cool, right? It's still a cool card. So it gives you a bit of an idea here, kind of. And here I wanted to go with pinks and purples. I noticed when Wendy did hers, the one I learned from, she did hers in blues and greens. And normally those would be my favorite colors, but I didn't do them because Wendy had already done them, and I didn't want to make mine the same as hers. I wanted to do some different ones and show you some different ways to use these. So I'm going to do something now, because we've still got half an hour or so left to spend together. So I thought, I've got my color wheel here, and this is the color wheel. So it's called the Color Coach, and we sell this. Okay, it's a really great tool, and it comes in a packet like this. And you'll notice that there's a little white piece like this, and also the color wheel itself. Okay, and in there is this little thing. When I originally ordered this, I found this down the bottom of the box. Somehow it had come loose out of the packaging, and I thought, oh, I got a Brad in my box. What's that for? That's weird. I don't know where that goes. I didn't realize it was from the Color Coach. So in fact, I think it was someone here that told me, oh, it's from the Color Coach, because I was looking at a box of new stuff that I'd ordered. So somebody here told me that. So I'm putting it in, and I'm turning to the back so I can separate. Oh, and I can't because my nails are not very good. So let me get my, where's my Take Your Pick tool? Of course, it's not where I want it to be when I want it to be there. Of course it is not, but that's okay. Let me see. Have I got another pokey tool that I can use? I just need to, unfortunately, my nails are not very good at the moment. Here we go. Got it. All right. Okay. So it's got an explanation of how the color wheel pieces work. Okay. And you can turn it over and read more about that. Also how to add the neutrals in. But how this basically works, okay, we've got all of our colors. Okay, now it's our 50, sorry, no, it's our 40 core colors on here. Okay. So when I say core colors, I mean all the regular colors, not the in colors. The in colors were in the one we had last year, and I think they didn't put them on this year's. And I think the reason why is that means then they can just keep this one as long as the core colors are current, which is usually about 5 years before they change core colors. But the in colors change, there's in color changing every year, right? And that means that they'd have to change these all the time. So this year's doesn't have the in colors on it, but you can easily see where they would go. For example, if I look at Secret Sea, well, Secret Sea is going to be over here in the blue violets, sort of right in here next to Night of Navy. Also in there, we've got Misty Moonlight and Blueberry Bushel. This is the blue violet color area. Let me pull that up a bit closer so you can see it. Okay. Oh, yes, that's so true. You can feel included just by joining in on videos. Yep, and share your love of crafting. Exactly right, Cheryl. So true. You can't find yours. Oh, these are really handy things. So I'm actually going to use it to do the next card, and I want to show you. Okay, even with this, all right. So you're thinking, well, pinks and blues, those are not really close to each other. If you look here, okay, so the little windows that are on top of this white slidey thing, okay, we're calling it a slidey thing. I don't know. What is it meant to be called? Someone got a better word for it than slidey thing. Sorry. But you see here, this is and I never know how to say this, analogous or analogous. Does anyone know if it's a hard G or a soft G? I don't know. Maybe I should have. You can go on Google and then say how do you pronounce such and such a word, and they'll actually read it to you so you know how you're supposed to say it, which I haven't done, or I would have done that before this video if I'd thought of it. So here I've got Misty Moonlight, Balmy Blue, Bubble Bath, Fresh Freesia, Highland Heather, Balmy Blue again. I've got 2 of those and 2 bubble baths. Okay, so I've got 4 colors. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. 5 colors on here. Okay. Soft in analogy, but it's a hard G, is it, Marie? So it's analogous. It's not analogous. Okay, hard G. Thank you, girls. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Cherie's very good at that sort of thing, and I think Marie is too. So that's really good. Google can't be trusted. Oh, really? Because it's kintsugi, a soft G, right, Tanya? Not kintsugi. Right. Like Gus. Okay, got it, Cherie. Got it. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Lani. That's no good at all. I'm sorry. Okay, so what I'm looking at is the analogous. Okay, sorry, I said it right, I think. So we've got complementary, which is several colors next to each other, 3 or 4, and we've got those on opposite ends. We've got sorry, I've just gone monochromatic, which is basically the same color, very similar. And complementary can also refer to what's on opposite sides. Okay, it's opposite sides of the color wheel. So, for example, Poppy Parade over here is opposite shaded spruce. So those are complementary colors. That's what that means. Okay. But analogous here is a wider window. Okay, that means we have more choices. So if I was to start with going from this side of my analogous window with Balmy Blue, all right. I'm just going to move it over so I can see a little bit of the Balmy Blue. So I've got Balmy Blue, Misty Moonlight. Okay. The stamping is Night of Navy. They've got Highland Heather. We've got Fresh Freesia. And you've got Evers. It's just outside, but we've got Bubble Bath. Okay. So they're all in this part of the window. Okay. And that's why this works, because they're all from the same part of the color window. And this is a really handy tool for working out what goes with what. So your complementary is opposite. I'll go through triadic and I'll do a proper color wheel video at some point. But it's really handy to look, around the outside as well. It tells you, these greens are yellow greens, which means they have a yellow undertone. Then you've got just green, like garden green is a pure green really. And then green-blue, greens with a blue undertone are more over here, the teals and Lost Lagoon, Pretty Peacock, this stuff. I love these colors. Okay, this is my jam right here. I love these and into the blues. So these are gorgeous colors, but it really helps you when you go to choose your different colors for this. Now, this one was easy. All I did was choose my in colors. I just went with the in color range. They're going to be, does it help? Oh, good. I'm glad to know. So a color coach is a really useful thing if you're not sure what's going to look good with what. So say over here, just say I choose complementary colors, Flirty Flamingo, Petal Pink, Calypso Coral. Okay, those are complementary, and you could add a little bit of Poppy Parade if you wanted a bit more red. You could add a little bit more Cajun Craze if you wanted to be a little bit more autumny. So these also look really, really good. So those would be a really great color pairing as well. I think those are really good. So, oh, really? Good to know, Sheila, because sometimes I worry that what comes out my mouth might not quite match the truth. I'm not sure if I get it exactly right, but good to hear that you think so. All right. So if, for example, I wanted to, I want to have something with yellows in it, then I could use my analogous window here and go from Lemon Lolly, or Berry Vanilla if I wanted Lemon Lolly, and it goes all the way around here to Calypso Coral, and I've got all these kind of autumny colors together. All right. And as you go around, you can see the color window is changing as you move it, but you get things that will look harmonious together. Okay. Hello, Dimity. How are you? That's good. That's really good. All right. So who has a color coach? Who has one of these? Anyone? I think they're great. I can't even remember how much they cost offhand. Let me have a quick look. I will look because I cannot remember. I think they're around the $20 mark, $21.75 here in Australia, okay, for a color coach. And I think they're a good investment because they can really help you when you get stumped with colors. But the other thing, if you don't have one of these, the other thing to do when you get stumped with colors is to look at your DSP packs, because those color combinations in a DSP pack are tried and true. They're going to work every time because that's why they are in a DSP pack together. People have used those color combinations. You love yours, Maureen. Do you use it very much? Good to hear. And Tanya said she uses hers. Kerry uses hers. Leslie has one. Sheila's got one somewhere. Who knows? Somewhere. Judy. Hello, Judy. How are you? You've got one. Judy Pinner. Nice to see you. I'll tell you a little story, very quick story. Some years ago, Judy was visiting with another demonstrator friend here in Sydney, and I got to meet them at the airport and show them around the Opera House and Circular Quay and all those fun places. So that was a bit of fun. It was before it. Well, didn't you come over for the Stampin' Up convention? I think you did. You were here for convention, which I think might have been the one in Brisbane, but you came to Sydney first. You have the regular color wheel as well. I like having a regular color wheel, but I really do love having one in our colors because it just makes it really easy, because you've got all these colors that are not just random colors, they're Stampin' Up colors, which means you know what goes with what. And I think it's really, really helpful. Yeah, words can sound really different. You're right, Judy. Oh, good, Helen. I'm really glad. I'm really glad. Well, that wasn't the reason. The color coach wasn't really what we were doing as far as technique goes today, although I had thought about doing a standalone video with that. But really, we now need to make a decision. You want to make this card with your oldies, to use glue strips down first, then stamp across. Have you tried it that way? You could do that. I just think there is something really lively and energetic about having some up and some down. And if you're going to do that, you want to do it on here first. So then you can, once you've got it stamped on here, then you can attach it up and down, some on dimensional, some not, to your card base. Does that make sense? I just think that works. The other problem is that this, if I was going to do it for a class, I haven't done this for a class yet because I'm worried that it would be a lot of trying to work out how many strips per, should be what size and so forth, unless you make them all the same size like I did today and then get them to snip them down themselves. Then that might work for a class, but it could be a little challenging in terms of, working out how long the strips should be and how many and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, there you go. Cherie's suggesting to glue it to a narrow strip of paper so they can see it first and then glue that to the card. Yeah, that might work. Yeah, I haven't done it as a class for that reason, Susan, because I thought it would make a good technique for Technique Tuesday, but I didn't think it would be necessarily the best technique for a class. So I could be wrong. Good. All right, so let's pick another colorway. Where shall we go? What do you guys think? We can go pinks and purples. I am very tempted by the reds into the oranges, like this area here. I think, you know, Poppy Parade, Flirty Flamingo, Petal Pink Coral, that would be a really nice colorway to go. Then we've got some yellows, some different yellows. We're into the greens, greens into teal, teal into blue. What do we think? What colors would we like to have? Reds and oranges. Leslie said red. Donna said reds, oranges. Kerry said, yep, what I said. So you're thinking the red orange. So red orange is this area here, okay, where we've got Flirty Flamingo, Petal Pink, and Calypso Coral. Shall I pull those out and we'll do something with those? Let's do it. I'm actually going to go to my scrap drawer and pull out those exact colors. So I've got Petal Pink, Calypso Coral. I have to say, Calypso Coral and Petal Pink are two colors that look fantastic together. And I once upon a time wouldn't have thought that, but they really do. So here we have some, that's Flirty Flamingo. Now, Flirty Flamingo is a pink, but it's got a coral undertone. That's why it works with these. So these are good colors. I think we'll go with them. I think it's a great idea. And I always stamp with a darker color. Now, if I just use 3 colors and we do a couple of each, would that be enough? Or would you like me to add in? So the next color over on the color wheel here, this way, is Cajun Craze. The next color this way is Poppy Parade. So let's try both of those and see what they look like. So here's my Poppy Parade. Now, if I wanted to stay, I could also, you know, go with my lighter colors, these colors, and stamp in Poppy Parade. But I still like the idea of going up to a darker color to stamp. Either black or navy, I think, are really good, or even a dark gray. Oh, I wonder what Blackberry Bliss would look like on these. That could be interesting. That's a maybe. So some people are saying Cajun, some people are saying Poppy. Now, here's the fun thing. I'm just going to I'm in my scrap drawers, and I might not have any Cajun. Oh, I do, because Cajun Craze is a color I very rarely use. Okay, so you can see it's a lot more. It's darker again. So I think the Poppy is more different and the Cajun is a little bit more the same. That's why you chose it? Why I chose them. Yeah, they're good. They're fun colors. Ooh, Timid Tiger. Okay, let's just see what that would look like. Good idea, Cherie. I've got a Timid Tiger right here. Let's see whether that would work. That's a little bit different again, isn't it? A little bit more orange. Looks good with the Cajun. All right. I'm definitely wanting these 3. It's just a case of deciding, do I want another color? And I'm going to do Poppy Parade. We'll just see how that looks. So I'm picking 4 colors, and just to keep things easy, and maybe we'll work out something here, Susan, what might work better for a class. But I think I would make them all the same, and then cut them down. So if I make them all about 9, and then I'll do a 2 centimeter one and a 2.5, and I may end up cutting down 1 or 2 of these. So I'm going to do 2 of each, so that making them all 9, so that I can then work out whether I need to cut some down. Let me try. I might just do 1 of that. And this is my Petal Pink. Petal Pink, let's face it, it's not really pink, is it? Petal Pink to me is apricot. Who else agrees with me? That's just how I feel about it anyway. Maybe I'll have another one of these. I might do a narrower one just to have something different in here. And let's see what that looks like. All right. Oh, we're going to do Poppy Parade, and I totally forgot. So let's go. I'm doing it the same And then I'm going to chop some down. I'm going to have a narrow one just to see how that looks. All right, now I grab my mat. It's got a little Stampin' Up here, and I know it's really silly, but can you see the Stampin' Up here? I like that to go, you can't really see it. There it is. I like it to face up. I know it's silly. It doesn't make any difference to how the mat works, but I just like to know that it's sitting the right way. Is that just a quirk of mine? I don't know. So I'm going to work out whether I want some longer and shorter. So these are all the same length, but I'm putting them up and down. Oh, we haven't got any of this bloody flamingo yet. And then maybe, so this is with them all the same length, but you could make that work just by making them up and down. They don't need to be, but I feel like I'm going to need another, yeah, I'm going to make a narrower one. So I know that, what color will I put underneath? I think I'll go white. I think I have a white piece here. Here we go. So how far from, well, it's the right end, the right distance from each end, actually. All right, I've got a couple of pieces there, and I'll see if I want to come back in with those. So I'm going to stick them down so that they don't move around when I'm stamping. All right, that's why I'm sticking them down in place. And then also because, so this time I'm not cutting them all different lengths. So Susan, this might be easier for a class, not cutting them in different lengths and just getting people to put them up and down. We could do that. Because on my first one, I didn't have them all the same length, but so you're butting them up against each other. So who's never tried this? Because I hadn't. I had never tried this before I saw Wendy's video. And I think she's very clever. Oh. Might move that one down a little bit. Now, the only thing is, because some are higher and some are lower, this may go over the edges of my white piece. And it will. See, some of them are going to stick outside. Does that matter? Probably not. I mean, I could snip some off if I wanted to, but it probably doesn't really matter. Let's just leave it and see if we're happy with the result at the end. All right, and this time I'm going to use my Spotlight on Nature leaves because we didn't use that last time. And I'm deciding what color to use. I could go with Blackberry Bliss, but I'm actually thinking not. Either black or navy. What do we think? Black or navy? I want to see what people are saying. It's okay. Oh, traditional Christmas card. That would have been a good idea. Why didn't I think of that? Sorry, I missed that comment. Sorry about that. You haven't tried it, but you will now. I know it's a bit of fun. And I'd only, like, this was the first one I ever made. So, you know, I'm just learning as I go as well. People are saying Secrets. Yeah, I think Secret Sea is a good choice because it's darker than navy. It's on its way to black, isn't it? Don't you think? So I feel like I might need another strip on the end. But let's see. This time I'm going to start in the middle. And I think also having the, what do you call it, mat, the silicone craft sheet underneath means that you also get a better stamping surface as well. Like it's got a bit of give in it. So it's quite good for adding a large stamp. So I'm just going to do 3 this time. And I'm going to stand up. I want it to be about the same height as the first one. Ooh, it's nice. Isn't that nice? And then this one, about the same height, is going to go off the edge slightly, but I don't care. And we can always add another strip on the outside if we need to. Now I was going to put it on a white piece, the white piece I just had out. I wonder if this would look good. Oh, I've got and put, thankfully we're going to cover this up because I just got blue ink on it. Never mind, we can use the other side or I'll just cover that with this anyway. So I could emboss this piece. Do you think embossing it would add to it? You're only going to see what's around the edges. Maybe we don't need to worry. But if ever you had more space to work with, probably. All right, so let's start with the middle one. Now, do I want to have the middle one? I think I'm just going to, because I've already got glue on the back of these. So then this one that's next to that is going to have dimensionals. Oh, look at all the marks. Oh my goodness. I'm a messy stamper today. This is because I've got ink on my fingers. Look at that. It's okay. You know what? It's going to look good when we're done. That's all that really matters. I do think, though, that this mark might not bode well. So let me pull this off while I still can. Ta-da! Let's try not to get that on there anymore. All right. Now, if you get one crooked, they're all going to be crooked. So you do want to try and keep it as straight as possible. It's not quite straight. All right, there we go. Now this one next to it, I'm going to use, I've got millions of dimensionals in black, so they'll do for now because my white dimensionals are not handy. I'm just having one of those days where it's like, whatever. Isn't that terrible? I'm so sorry. Am I allowed to feel that way? You've done diagonal strips, but all on one level. Yeah, me too. I've done that too. I know. I love Secret Sea, but Pretty Peacock still has my heart, Donna. All right. So we're matching up our picture. So the leaves need to go up higher, which means it's going to go off the edge, and that's okay. I'll snip it off later. All right. Then this one is also going to go on dimensionals. More black dimensionals. No one will ever know except you guys. All right, let's match up that leaf and pop that right there. It's looking good. All right, now this guy will be flat, so let's match up that, and the ink is the, what do you call it? The glue is already on it. Like that. This one is going to be also flat, and we're going to match up that leaf with that one. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting the hang of it this time. Now this one needs dimensionals because it's the next one that's going to be up. And I'm going to add one here. The other thing with these strips, you might want to add, and I didn't do this with the first one, and I wish I had, because of the DSP is thin, I should have put another dimensional in the middle because they sagged in the middle a little bit, okay? So if you're putting on a long strip, you probably want to have one in the middle, like what I'm doing here, which will give it a bit more stability, okay? So just a little tip. I know, right? The stamp does look good in there, doesn't it? Now, does everyone know that this Spotlight on Nature set is on the last chance list and is retiring? So you will want to grab it before it goes if you don't have it already. All right, I'm liking that. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn over. Let me see if I've got any paper snips handy? I do. And I'm going to snip off. Look at the mess I made on the back. Yeah, oh well. We're covering up. All right. It's looking good though. Do you like it? All right. So then I have another one of these. This is the smallest banner die from the Textured Notes, which is one of my favorites. And I'm just going to put it across the bottom here. And what will we have on here? Will we use maybe one from the Spotlight on Nature? We've got a Dear Friend. We could put that on there. Would you like Dear Friend on here? Would that be nice? Or would you like something else? And then what I'll do next is put a mat around this, and I'm deciding, do I go Secret Sea matte because I've used Secret Sea ink, or do I go Poppy Parade? That might look nice. I haven't decided which would look best. Thoughts, anyone? I'm thinking maybe Petal Pink for the base. Poppy. Okay. Yeah, this is turning out really nice. I'm really liking it. It's lovely. All right, let's do a Poppy Parade matte because that's what people seem to be asking for. So I'm going to go 10. It's out of my scrap drawer, so you just never know what you're going to get out of the scrap drawer. 14.3, or I'm going to turn it over because there's a mark on that. That's what happens when they've been in your scrap drawer. Right, so this piece here is going to go onto here. Oh, it does look nice. Look, good choice, guys. The Poppy Parade is really nice. And let's get that on there. All right. Now we need to find, did we say that we like Dear Friend, or did we feel like something else on the, you don't like that color combo. That's okay, Donna. You don't have to. I think it works quite well because the colors are close, but not, you know what I mean? Like there's a really interesting, it's a really interesting vibe. A Christmas tree, this would be great for Christmas cards, like having trees across here. I think would be a lovely Christmas. And the ones in the Scenic Adventure set are really, really good. So if you're looking for a good one, even though Scenic Adventure is a set that has, did I put it back? I did. Even though it's not a Christmas set, these certainly could be part of a Christmas card. So that's good to know. Oh, beige would have been good. I agree. That would have been a great. That would have been great. And, it, you know, maybe I should still put that on beige. I don't know. What do you think? Is that good? Or do we think it is? Doing it on beige is introducing a new color. So I'm deciding whether I prefer the Petal Pink. But let's look at both and then we can decide. Okay. And we could just make this a happy birthday card if people are happy with that, because I do have the Beautiful Butterflies is really great for a happy birthday stamp, this one here. So what do we think? What did Leslie say? We don't have to like all the color combos, and that's all right. We're all different. Don't you find that interesting that everyone is so different and we like different things? I mean, there are some things that are kind of universal. Most people like chocolate, but not everyone does. My son was never a very big chocolate person. He preferred not to have chocolate. Right, so we stamped with Secret Sea, so I'm going to stamp again with my happy birthday. Yep, I think so too. All right, liking that. back in the stamp set. Close my ink pad so I don't stick my fingers in it. Mind you, you'd think I already had stuck my fingers in it. The Poppy Color Matte. Oh, right. Yes. That's what people were saying. They like the Poppy Colored Matte. It looks good. Yep. So let's just quickly look at Secret C because I'm pretty sure I have a Secret C base here. There we go. So that would actually work. Oh, I quite like it. I like it better. Okay. Thank you again. Another good idea. Oh, look, this is out of the scrap drawer, and that one's got marks on it too. Right. You know what? Who wants to tell me what I've done? Now I'm confused. I'm getting my basic beige cardstock out of the pack because I think I know what I've done wrong. This one here, this is basic beige. This is not basic beige. Anyone want to guess what color this is? Good morning, Joanne. Nice to see you. Red is your favorite color, Leslie. So you'll like this one, right? So I'm getting this here for anyone who's wondering. No, this is a color we don't have anymore. And it got somehow stuck in with my basic beige stuff. No, Sahara Sand, correct. Cherie, you are correct. I know, it's a great color. I'm so glad you've fallen in love with it, Sheila. It's one of my favorites. One of my absolute favorites. All right, well, I need to hurry up and get out of here in a minute because I've just looked at the time and realized we are over, but that's okay. You love me anyway, right? So, all right. So before I finish up, I do want to remind everybody that my special promotion, this is not a Stampin' Up! Promotion. It's just my promotion. And I'm doing it for a couple of reasons. First of all, we're celebrating my 19 years with Stampin' Up! And if you place an order over $125, you get a free pack of embellishments from me right now. The other thing that I'm doing is trying to encourage I'm still short of my trip to Alaska. Did anyone realize this? I don't talk about it much. I don't like to talk about it very much, but I have not yet made the trip. So that means I'm doing a few things to try and encourage people to go shopping with me right now. So I've still got another month to earn it. So it's not the end of the world. Oh, what did I just do with didn't I just stamp a happy birthday? What did I do with it? Does anyone see where my happy birthday went? And if we can't find it, that's okay. I'll stamp again, or I'll find it as soon as this video is over. It's probably on the floor. Hang on. No, not on the floor. Don't know where it went. I'm just having one of those days, I think, today. But that's okay. I'm actually feeling just fine. I've been out for a walk. It's beautiful weather. All the good things. That one's blank. But that's not the one I stamped on, obviously. Oh, look what I just found. A whole sheet of dimensionals. Of course. Now that the video is over and I don't need them anymore, of course I did. Basic works. Do I know why basic beige works best? Because it's a neutral. And because, as the color wheel says on the back of the color wheel here, neutrals are the most perfect panions to almost any color combination. They're here to work for you, adding subtlety or drama to your projects. That's why they work. The petal tip, the color balance too far in one direction. Good point. That is exactly right. Yep. All right. I can't find my happy birthday right now, and it doesn't matter because you guys still can see what the card looks like. And this is not it, even though it's the same piece. It's not what I just stamped on. And it'll show up the second that the video is over, right? No, not here. It's here. The ink pad and marker storage. Maureen, I have no way of knowing, but it wouldn't surprise me. I don't know the answer. Good point. So the markers probably they've known for a little while that those are going to go because of the sales not going well for the markers. So for anyone who missed the news, Stampin' Right markers are going to be discontinued. They are currently on the last chance. Currently on the last chance. So if you love your Stampin' Right markers, and I'm talking about these guys, all right, these ones. So not the blends, but the ones that come in the same ink as what is in the ink pads. All right, so these are water-based, and they're lovely for all different things. But with the red rubber stamps going away, they are less likely to be used for direct-to-rubber techniques. So they are going to get rid of them. That's true, Judy. I can't see a reason for it to continue, but I don't know the answer because I haven't been told. But yeah, it would not surprise me, and I don't think it would surprise anyone else either. So yeah, I like them too. I will miss them. If the markers have been one of my favorite products over the years, but I can't even tell you the last time I sold a pack of markers. It would be months and months, maybe even this year. The exception is the small marker packs. The 5 in the in colors. I do sell those whenever we do an update in in colors. I usually sell some marker packs in the in colors, but I don't sell them in the regular colors. So, what set am I using for craft along? I am using Impressions of Bloom, Sheila. So, I really like the card we're making on Thursday. So Thursday is craft along for anyone who isn't familiar with what I normally do. So same time as this video, 2 p.m. Sydney time. And that could be any time depending on where you are, but at the same time as this one on Thursday. So today being Tuesday, 2 days from now, I'll be doing craft along. That's okay. Do you have that? Do you have that set, the Impressions of Bloom bundle? And I'm also using the paper, the floral impressions paper that matches that bundle. We used to be able to buy them individually, Maureen, and so it didn't work. People just didn't buy them. So they did actually, because we asked for them to be introduced individually. So they did for a year or two, and it just wasn't working. So then they went back to selling them in sets. So, very good. Excellent, Tanya. That's great. Be fun to see. Hoping to be there on Thursday, Marie. Excellent. You're very welcome. Yeah. That's so true. But, nothing can stay forever. And if something's not selling and therefore it becomes a liability rather than an asset, and they can't continue to hold something that's, takes up space, but it's not selling for them. Try and do craft along. Okay. If you can't watch live craft along, you can always watch the replay and make up the project later. All right. I know I've gone over today, but I enjoyed spending some time with you, and I hope you enjoyed it today as well. Don't forget my special promotion. I hope that some of you will enjoy getting your hands on some free embellishments, and I will see you all very, very soon. Have a fantastic couple of days, and I'll see you on Thursday. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.